You know, it really, it feels really, really good to do that. And nobody does it like the Tone God himself, but whether it's really close or not, really good or not, it feels freaking good to do that. I wanted to show you all this behind me. This here is what I call Erection generator.
I'll take that Byrdland now. We got some sexy songs we got to play. They're all pretty damn sexy, don't you think? I mean, for an old semi-Caucasian son of a bitch from Detroit, that was a big-ass sound. That's some scary fucking guitar tones right there. Where's Steve out there? Where's the Byrdland Steve? I hope he's having an erection out there.
What that is it's almost a clone of what the man himself is using. It is a custom combo amp, not typically expensive. It's a solid state amp, and this is a Fender Twin Reverb. This is a reissue, I forget what year, but the bottom here is a 2x15. This is a custom, one of those tuck and roll custom bottoms, and it's a really neat thing, but I put 2 foldback Celestions in that. If I can come across a Fender Showman cabinet, I'd really like to put that there. That's what Ted has. But this is serving the purpose for now. And what's happening is the custom combo amp, you'll see these on Ted's stage setup. he's been using them, I'm going to say probably 15 years now or more in different variations. And this thing is sort of the heart. I like to think of it as like a giant distortion pedal, but it's more than that. It's really it's where the dirt comes from, and it's where Ted's interrelationship for the sonic wonder comes from. And what it does is through the effects out, it feeds this twin fender. There's a new amp. It feeds the Fender. The Fender's got tons of warm power, lots of warm power, which powers this bottom. So we've got we've got the speakers in here. We've got the Fender speaker, wink wink, and we've got the two 15s on the bottom. And it's just a beautiful combination. It almost feels like when you're sitting here in front of it, it's probably not healthy for my ears, but it almost feels like a stereo situation. It will not make you play like Ted. It won't make you sound like Ted. You have to play like Ted to sound like Ted, but it might inspire you to play like Ted, is what I say. So, as Ted says himself, you want to be inspired by your tone. So, if you're not inspired, change something, do something different. God, this thing sounds good. I hope Ted doesn't see this. He might want it back. Talk about inspirational tone. So the inspiration can come from this, but everything else has got to come from here, you know, kind of like Miyagi said. Start the wing dang solo with something like that, but then he'll start on the album, the Stormtrooping solo is, and then Stormtrooping goes on to go. I think that stuff's kind of more Stormtrooping. He does that. But Wang Dang's of course, you know, I've got them all in my head. I got all these different versions in my head, but the Gonzo one is embedded in pretty much all of us. But the album, so is the album. And there's, you know, Derek playing a significant part. The first half of the solo on Gonzo is Derek. Hope that's not a secret, but it's Derek, and he's absolutely on fire because Derek is unbelievable. He really is, and he does this. And I don't even know the moves, but he climbs and he climbs and he climbs till there's that, you know, creamy climactic ending. And then Ted comes in behind it all, and you know, I don't know why it didn't click in the early days that was Derek in the beginning, because when the Byrd kicks back in, probably Blackie, you know it, and that's when you know, when it gets crazy again. So, but so these solos, so many of them, in that intro there, I went from doing bits from Wang Dang, and then. I think it's, I don't know, Stormtrooping, and another note to make about Stormtrooping, which is ridiculous, but Stormtrooping is like a 4 or 5 minute guitar solo, and a lot of people don't realize there's no bass guitar for all that time. I mean, you know, only Ted, I have to say, would have a 4 minute guitar solo with just drums, and you don't even miss anything as far as I'm concerned, but he does the something like that, then if I can get this right, the G string will start ringing. of slop that walk down. Doesn't sound like Ted does on the live album. That's kind of that. A little Motor City Madhouse, up, down, always wondered where that is, but it's really just the climb on the A. He lives there. He goes back one. So much right hand going on that, but I do hear a slide in there. I think that's all down picking. I'm cheating. It's easier for me to do up, so I cheat, but it sounds better down. Sometimes I'll catch that. I'll hear Ted do that. Catch that volume quick, especially on a bird that wants to just... There's that something Ted would probably never do, but somebody got me started on these metal picks. But the metal picks I played around with, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with them, and then they were tearing up my strings. But this thing, and I forget the guy's name, but I should give him a shout out. This thing, somebody defaced some currency, and they made this out of a silver coin. And it's just badass. And I keep thinking, no, I'm not a metal pick guy. But then I keep picking it up again. Get it? Picking it up. And I mean, it just rolls off the string. And I gotta say, I'm pretty lucky. Into the scream in Motor City Madhouse. I think that's a G is probably on there. So the whole idea, I'm babbling here, but I always preach, you learn to play like Ted because you cannot carbon copy Ted. I don't believe in carbon copying anybody. You know, for it to be second nature, you really have to make it your own somehow. But the love I have for the Nugent material makes it easy for me to put it out. Easier anyway after 30 years of working on it, but it's in me because I've absorbed it, so it's embedded in me, so it wants to get out. And then, you know, honing the skill, but not trying to duplicate. And when you have a pattern of exactly something memorized, and there's a slippery slope, kind of a gray area on this subject. You know, if you're trying to master the Stranglehold riff, there's no making it your own. You're either gonna get close, or you're maybe gonna nail it, or you're not. So, so that's where you're trying to carbon copy certain things, but when you're, this is just my opinion, of course, some bird spew, but in my opinion, when you're, just, I mean, every one of those notes, all the picking, not going to duplicate it. Ted doesn't even carbon copy himself from show to show. I mean, all the important things might be the same from night to night on a particular tour, but every note is not, and that's because that's not what it's about. It's you learn how to play it like that. It's really amazing how, Ted can play something Chuck Berry played and it doesn't sound like Chuck Berry at all. I mean, really, when it's kind of Chuck Berry stuff. This part is. The difference between Ted's Chuck Berry type stuff and Chuck's type stuff, because Chuck's kind of the tone, of course, the attack and the intensity. Ted would be more like that's me. Of course, I added that. I don't know if Ted does it. The song's really in not in A. It does have sort of a natural sound there, but guitar-wise, I don't know why he picked that key in particular, or maybe he just didn't come from the Ted world, of course. We've got the stranglehold sound, so. You know what else has that? Can't be a coincidence that Chuck thing. And then we've got, hear it? Thing here, the erection generator. I can't stop generating erections with this thing, you know what I mean?
That's some scary fucking guitar tones right there. Where's Steve out there? Where's the Byrdland Steve? I hope he's having an erection out there.
I doubt he does it there. I like holding that. I don't know what that thing is. That little triangular thing. Better because makes it Ted like. Ted will, I think, bend that string up and get it so close to the other string that you can grab them together. I guess like cat scratch on the ending. Boy, that sounds like something on Scream Dream. Then you add, I'm not sure Chuck was a big bender. I don't know why that G will not ring like that every time. See, it's gone. You know, Ted knows how to bring it out almost whenever he wants, but maybe it's ringing beforehand. Well, that doesn't work either. I hope you all enjoy the jam, learning about the Erection generator, as I like to call it. There's a little bit of a story behind that. But anyway, I appreciate all of you for watching my videos and all the great comments, and I'll try to put some more out. It's really difficult for me to spit these things out, but I'll get better at it, I hope. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you soon.